South Africa is in talks with the Palestinian government to ascertain if any of its citizens are still stuck in the Gaza Strip. That's after 19 South Africans were finally rescued after being stuck there for 2 months. Minister in the Presidency Khumbudzo Ntshavheni addressed the issue during the final post-cabinet briefing for 2023 today.
Minister in the Presidency, Khumbudzo Ntshavheni, has just concluded the final post-cabinet briefing for the year. And one of the main things that stood out was that 19 South Africans who had been stuck in the Gaza Strip since the bombardment by the Israeli government are finally back in South Africa. They are free. And here we are joined by the Minister herself. Ma'am, thank you so much for joining us. You just spoke about 19 South Africans who have been finally freed. Are there any more South Africans that are still stuck in the Gaza Strip?
We are working with our teams in there and also the other agencies, relief agencies, including the UN, to find if there are other South Africans that are within Gaza, so that if they're still there, we'll work with other governments, including the receiving government of Egypt, who is at the Rafah corridor, to return them back into South Africa. So as we are talking to you, we have rescued 19 South Africans. They're back in the country, and they will, if there are more, will announced, but you already aware that there were those who were participating with the Israeli Defense Forces, which is in violation of our laws. And if they want to come back into the country, we'll also work to make sure that they come back into the country.
Another thing that you spoke about was the asset management company that is being proposed to try and stabilize SOEs. Can you please give us more information about this?
So we as cabinet, we took a decision, and the president announced it during the State of the Nation address, that to stabilize the SOCs, because the majority of our SOC are destabilized with the changes of boards and management, which are sometimes caused by changes in ministers. And we then followed a model that is not unique to South Africa. It's a model that has been adopted in Malaysia and also in Singapore, wherein the state-owned companies, in terms of appointments of board, stabilizing the salaries, so that you don't, like now, you're going to be jumping up and down on what is the salary of the new ESCOM CEO, Group CEO, and the Group CEO of Denel, to make sure that there's uniformity for likes to like, and also performance management like to like in terms of the Companies Act. You then create an asset management company, which will then be responsible for those regulatory governance issues there. But in terms of policy alignment and program alignment, then the SOC will then report to the line departments to make sure that that alignment is there. So there's no change in terms of posture, because people are jumping to say, no, you are now changing from a decision that the SOC must then go to line departments. There is no change in that. It's just that to stabilize the governance, you need a body that will have the skill and capacity to make sure that the boards and the appointment of CEOs and executives and their performance and the performance of a company in general is done in a manner that is standard, that is competitive, that you can have stability of tenure. And that's what we are trying to do with the asset management company.
Okay, thank you so much, Minister. That is the Minister in the Presidency, Khumbudzo Ntshavheni, just briefing the media on a whole range of issues of national importance. That's the last post-cabinet briefing for the year. I'm Juniour Khumalo in Pretoria, reporting for Channel 405.